So look, there's been an awful lot going on these last few years, right? We've had the pandemic, we've had wars, and worse than all of that, we've had men. Men is bad. Men is bad. Men is like, oh boy, like, men is bad. And I think I'm up to date on everything with the Time's Up and the Me Too and the Not You as well. And look, here's the truth. I don't mind sharing it with you. You all seem like smart people. I'll tell you the fucking truth. I always knew that men were bad. I did, because we have secret meetings on Tuesdays and we brag about it at the CVS. But I did not know that they were this bad in this amount. And the more I read and the more I hear, the more I feel sort of embarrassed when I introduce myself to people. Like I sort of want to go, well, obviously I'm a man, but I'm not, I'm not a man. And I realise it must be what it's like to be German. For the last 75 to 80 years. Because everyone you meet, you're going, well, obviously I'm German, but I'm not, I'm not a Nazi. And everyone's going, are you sure? Because you have got blonde hair, blue eyes, and you are incredibly efficient. And you're like, no, but I high five straight up, like normal. That's how you can tell. It's in the high fives. Just ask Elon. But it's like, it's getting worse. Like, every day I read something, like, I feel like I'm on the wrong team. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, in Japan, some men have started marrying pillows because they can't cope with women. What the fuck is going on? And look, I am very aware that me even talking about this on stage is in itself problematic. Because, spoiler alert, I am a man. And some of you might be thinking, what is he up to? What is this sick fuck's angle? Like, is this like Darth Vader coming out here and going, stormtroopers are bad, all back to the Death Star, you're safe with me? That impression is not getting better. I've been working on that for 6 months. I would argue it's getting worse and worse. But all this men stuff is stressing me out. It's truly stressing me out. And the more I speak to people about it, the more I hear and the more I read, I'm like, I don't think there's a solution to this other than I think you're going to have to kill all the men. And it doesn't have to be nasty. It does not have to be ugly. You just get a load of porn and sex robots and pillows, chuck them in the ocean, and the men will just file in one after the other. And look, I am saying this publicly because I do hope that when you enact this cull, you will keep me around as a mascot. And I'll be very good, I will cook and I will clean and you won't hear a word out of me. And if at some point in your new society of only women you do decide you want to procreate, obviously I'm not going to get sex, wouldn't want it, wouldn't ask for it. But if you do want to procreate, just give me a nod and I'll leave a little pot of cum in a safe space. Interesting discovery, being English in your country. I can say little pot of cum. And you think it's charming? Little pot of cum in an English accent sounds like a kid's book. The little pot of cum who could. That bit doesn't work with an American accent, like, I'll leave her a little pot of cum. You're like, oh, God. Please don't do that, sir. Please, no, keep your cum to yourself, young man. I've never seen Downton Abbey, but I know it's huge over here. I just assume every episode is like, your lordship, little pot of cum. What shall we take for Thanksgiving? Little pot of cum. Ah, the christening soon. Never mind. New Jersey, how are you? All right, then. Let's start with my name. My name is Brett Goldstein. That is my real name. And where I come from in London, England, That's quite an exotic name. No one knows a Brett Goldstein. I've come to the East Coast. Do you know who knows a Brett Goldstein? Everyone. Everyone knows a Brett Goldstein, and not just that, but apparently Brett Goldstein is the name of the guy who first fingered you at summer camp. So, just here to continue a great and important tradition. Thank you for having me. What's that? My biceps? Oh yeah, no, I've been working out, but well, I have to because I've got to hold this for so long. Yeah. Oh, we can talk about it if you want. All right, yeah, I go to the gym. I go to the gym. Sorry about her. Yeah, I go to the gym. I'll talk about it. Fine. I go to the gym. I go to the gym regularly. I go to the gym for spiritual reasons. Actually, I go because I would like to look good naked. But truthfully, the gym that I go to, I don't actually like this gym. I sort of hate it. I only go to it because it's the nearest one. But it's a real sort of testosterone gym, if that's not a pizza. It's like a real sort of testosterone and cheese deep dish gym. You know what I mean? Like, it's always sort of men just fucking standing around, fucking moody, staring at each other. And all I ever want to use is the weights machine, and there'll always be someone on it for hours, and eventually I'll be like, can I jump in on that? And they'll be like, fuck off, and I'll be like, yeah, cool. I'll just keep doing body weight squats. But something happened the other day at the gym. This is completely true, and this just shows you the power of music. Now, I don't know if this was an accident, if someone did this deliberately, or the playlist was just on random shuffle. But the song that was playing in the gym was this. Everyone fucking menacing, staring each other out, lifting weights, looking fucking moody. And then the next song came on, and it was this.
Yesterday.
And everything changed. I don't know if you've ever seen a man lift weights wistfully. It's a thing. Man doing push-ups started weeping. Man on the treadmill stopped doing hill sprints and started looking within. And then the man by the weights machine came over to me and he went, sorry I've been so aggressive, bro. I think it's because my mum didn't give me enough attention as a child. I said, I get that. He said, do you want to use the weights? I said, let's use them together. True story, word for word. I guess the real weights were the friends we made along the way. I did actually end up making friends with one of these guys. You know this, there's a thing with men who work out at the gym, there's a bit I must miss when people work out too much, between where it sort of goes big, bigger, pyramid. You know what I mean? Like sort of big, bigger, human Toblerone. And I made friends with one of these Toblerone guys, right? And we used to chat a bit after a workout, and then he disappeared for a few months, didn't see him. Then he came back, and I was like, where have you been? And it turned out he had taken himself to China to train to become like a Shaolin warrior or something. And he came back, I said, how was it? He said, yeah, it was fucking amazing, actually. They used to wake us at 3 in the morning and beat us with sacks. I said, that sounds incredible. And he said, I can kick really high now. And I was like, oh, cool. I said, how high can you kick? And he said, I could kick you in the fucking head. I was like, oh. Interesting unit of measurement. But he told me something that I completely believed. He told me that because he'd done this training, now, if he was ever in a bar or anywhere, and someone were to start a fight with him, that now, legally, he had to say 3 times that he was a lethal weapon before he could engage in combat. Nothing would escalate a fight quicker than someone saying, I'm a lethal weapon. What's that? Did you hear me? Oh yeah, we all heard you. Well, listen again. I'm a lethal weapon. Should we go outside? Wait. I'm a lethal weapon. What are you, douchebag Beetlejuice? But I actually believed him. It kind of made sense to me. It's only recently it occurred to me that if that is true, that means if one day he kills someone, then in a court of law, the judge can just be like, excuse me, sir, can I check? Did you say you were a lethal weapon 3 times? I did, yeah. Ah, case dismissed. Not guilty. She was asleep when I said it, but I did say it. She's not real. The dog survived. When will you trust me? I think toxic masculinity is real. I think it's a real thing. I think it comes certainly from men of my generation and above. It's because we were raised not to be open, not to be vulnerable, that's bad, that's weak. So one of the only things we can do to combat that is I think we all need to learn how to share more. But you ever shared something with a friend and then they've shared something back and then you've thought, my God, I wish we'd never shared? Because I have an ex-friend because of our little sharing session. There's a guy I've known all my life. I went to school with him, so we grew up together. He's like family. I defend him to the death. If we met now, we probably wouldn't be friends, but I grew up with him, so he's like family. I defend him to the death. He's the sort of guy you say has a heart of gold, which is a phrase you never use for people who have a heart of gold. Heart of gold is a phrase like, can I be honest? Can I be honest never ends nice. Can I be honest never ends in I love you. Can I be honest always ends with something like, the sound of you eating makes me want to kill myself. Anyway, friend from school, known him all my life, heart of gold. And it's a few years ago I have this kind of revelation. I'm like, we know nothing about each other. We actually know nothing about, we've grown up together, we never talk about anything. And I said, should we try something? I said, let's go out, we'll have a few drinks, and let's try and sort of talk about how we feel and shit. And he said, are you having a nervous breakdown? And I said, we'll see. And we went out, we had a few drinks, and I went first. I said something out loud I'd never said before. I was talking about my girlfriend of the time, and I said, I think I love her. I feel like I love her. But when I'm out, I'm attracted to other people all the time. I don't know if that's natural, that's human nature, or if that means I don't actually love her. And he said, yeah. He said, yeah. I know what you mean, actually. He said, sometimes, when it gets a bit much with my wife, in my lunch break, I'll go downtown, I'll go down an alley, and I'll get sucked off by a whore.